HHEditz.
Hello everyone, and welcome to part 1 of my Q&A video, which is long overdue. I made the original post over a month ago, but there were some issues with the recording. I lost the first one and then I had to redo it again, but it was 45 minutes long, and well, now here you're hearing this version. Now, just to get a few things out of the way before I jump into the actual questions, this is going to be a two-part. I am making sure I am getting to everyone's question that I possibly can. I'm going through all of the polls and finding some stray comments to make sure that everyone gets their question answered, because I don't want anyone to feel left out, and I think I owe it to you as a creator to answer all of your questions. Second thing is that the format is pretty simple to other Q&A videos that you've seen. I'm going to read out a question. I'll probably read out the user who made the question or made the comment, and then I will provide my answer. The answers will vary in length depending on the depth necessitated in the question. And I just want to say one thing. Thanks so much for all of the questions. Like, I was not expecting this many at all. Like, I thought I'd get maybe 40 at max. I have gotten nearly close to 100 comments, and each comment may have more individual questions than just one. So seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, because this Q&A is one of the most fun experiences I've had making like a different type of video besides the normal versus edits that I do. And just thank you for like facilitating that with all of your amazing questions. Alright, so starting off, first question from @Emmanuel Samini-M9F. Sorry if I butchered that. This is one of my top commenters. I see his comments pretty much every day, so let's see what he has in store. First question, what is your favorite dialogue that you have made? That is difficult because, as you know, if you're an avid watcher of the channel, I make a lot of dialogue-based videos. I think it would probably have to be... See, it's hard. I think it'd have to be Omni-Man versus Darth Vader. That would definitely be up there. Homelander versus Green Goblin, which the audio is definitely inspired by JS Battle's version of that, because in my opinion, that's his best edit of all time. But, like, that is also definitely up there, like, if we're including that one. But there's just... I also really like Homelander vs. Tai Lung and Death vs. Hela. Optimus Prime vs. Poe is also very good. I don't really have a favorite. They're all just... I just like them all, but my favorite would probably be one of the ones I just mentioned. Oh, and Thanos vs. Darth Vader. That is also definitely up there. Next question. Which editor on YouTube is your favorite? Well, buddy boy, if you can't figure that out, then I don't know what to tell you. This is JS Battles, easily. He is the king of this community. The man's upload schedule is off the charts. He hasn't missed an upload except for once since I started watching him, which was 2.5 years ago. He is just, like, I don't want to spend the entire time glazing him, but he's such a good editor. His Q&A inspired me to do this Q&A. His style inspired my style. I would not have a channel if it wasn't for him. So, like, I don't think JS Battles will watch this, but, like, if you do, thank you so much for everything you've done to this community, because you have left an enormous impact. Alright, third and final question is, which Marvel movie is your favorite? And can't wait for the Q&A. Oh, thank you. Well, it's here. I hope it's living up to your expectations thus far. Endgame. Endgame or Infinity War. It could really go either way between them. I love Endgame because it's a good conclusion to the 3 phases, but I love Infinity War because the tension with Thanos collecting all the stones one by one was incredible. But so it really could go either way between them. Next question from Skullcruncher Edits. What is your favorite edit that you have made? I kind of answered this before, and that is something I do want to say. I won't be answering questions twice. I'll just skip over them if they're said twice. Favorite edit, like I said, probably Omni-Man vs. Darth Vader, Green Goblin vs. Homelander. The original edit that sort of like put me a bit on the map was Optimus Prime vs. Shadow. I think that's still up there just because of the nostalgia. And I also really like some of my Hercules edits, but honestly, they're all great. They're like children. I don't really have a favorite, but Omni-Man vs. Darth Vader is definitely one that comes to mind when I think of favorite edits. Next question: what is your favorite verse? Star Wars. Star Wars has been my favorite verse since I first saw it when I was 2 years old. I have seen all of the movies and all of the TV shows like so many times. I rewatch them every single year for May the 4th. Star Wars is an incredible work of fiction, and the Legends continuity, which I have read so much of and like played all of the games, it's insane. It's just so good. The only thing that would come close to that is probably J.R. Tolkien's Legendarium and The Lord of the Rings. Next question: who is your favorite character? I have a tie in my top 3. Darth Malgus from Star Wars The Old Republic. Darth Vader from Star Wars, probably the most iconic character to ever be put to screen. And BoJack Horseman from the TV show BoJack Horseman. Those 3. The only one who's close to that would be Homelander. But Homelander's still sizably separated from those top 3. Next question from @Mayathu. I'm sorry, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Because it's just a multiple where is Omni-Man, where is Omni-Man, where is Omni-Man? And like that's not a question, but thanks. Alright, next question is from J.A. Plays, another editor who I have on my Discord server actually. What are the 5 biggest fodders in your opinion? Fodders in terms of like characters that get bullied a lot, not because they're weak. Mufasa, Homelander, Titan, Death. I'm not sure who the last one would be. Maybe, I want to say Invincible, because Invincible gets beaten a lot, but he also wins a lot of the battles, the battles he's in edits. So I don't really know who my 5th one would be. I might come back to that one if I think of someone later. Alright, next question is from one of my very good friends, Shia Khan Fanboy. Favorite movie? Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Why did I start editing? Honestly, I had another channel. It was called Star Wars Brainbusters. You can look it up if you want. I don't upload on there anymore. And it was stagnant. Like, I had 2.8 thousand subscribers. And I was getting like less than 1,000 views a video with 20 likes. Like, my channel was doing terrible. So I thought that I would study channels who are successful, like JS Battles, for example. And I thought, well, he's not using his CapCut style anymore, and I know a lot of people love that style. So I thought, oh, I should make edits that like embody that style, both as a sign of respect to JS Battles and because I know that people like it. So, and I just love editing. Like, I love what I do. I love editing. I am almost never burnt out from making edits. I just love it. Next question. Have you watched Squid Game? No. I'm in the middle of season 1. I've started to watch it. I really like it. I don't know. It's difficult to watch, but I don't really have I can't articulate why it's difficult to watch. It gets me in, but like, I can stop watching it and not be like, oh my god, what the hell, what's happening? I need to see this next scene. Like, it doesn't grip me as, like, highly as other series do. And next question is favorite series, which, as I said, favorite franchise is Star Wars. Favorite TV show, this might shock some people who aren't on my Discord, BoJack Horseman. That is, in my opinion, the greatest TV show of all time. Better than Breaking Bad, better than The Sopranos, better than Star Wars The Clone Wars, better than any TV show I've ever seen. I've watched it 3 times. It is so good. But like, BoJack is, I said, my favorite fictional character of all time, tied with the other 2. And that show chronicles how real life actually is for someone with those issues perfectly. So, like, yeah, so that's my take on that. Next question from @Jerson'sWorld. Favorite character from Troll Hunters? I mean, it's got to be Jim. It's Jim or Angoroth. I like Gunmar as well. Merlin is a bit of a sociopath, but he's alright. Like, Bulla I thought was just a bit annoying at times, but holy shit, Angorot and Jim are some of my favourite DreamWorks characters, and they're both amazingly well written. I think if I had to pick one, I'd choose Angorot, but Jim's not that far behind. Next question, and this is one I knew was coming. Why did you choose Oogway as your mascot? It is mainly because Oogway's philosophy of like there are no accidents, like everything happens for a reason, is very much parallel to my own philosophy. It is very similar to how I view the world, because like I don't really want to talk about religion, but like I'm just going to briefly brush over it. I am not religious. Like I'm just not. Like, no hate to anyone who is. You can believe what you want, but like I'm just not. I believe in fate. I think that everything happens for a reason. Also, Oogway has always been my favorite Kung Fu Panda character. He's so cool, he's so powerful, and you can really feel that in every scene he's in. Next question, sorry. Are you planning on doing game character debuts someday? Yes, I do plan on doing it. Particularly characters like Kratos, because I love the God of War games, and I think including Kratos would be great. But that's a day far in the future, if you ask me. Alright, next lot of questions from @Fatty-V. Favorite addition to this channel? Already asked that. Favorite video game? Probably Minecraft. Minecraft or Angry Birds Star Wars. Yes, I am a nerd. Minecraft with friends, I think, is the best video game of all time. On its own, it can get boring, but Angry Birds Star Wars is a game I have played through like 5 times, and I love it more every time. My cousin introduced me to it. He was also the one who introduced me to Star Wars, so maybe I'm wearing some nostalgia glazed glasses there, but I really don't care. It's such a good game. Next question. Favorite hero? I don't really like superheroes. That might get me to lose all of my subscribers, but I don't know. I was just never into them as a kid. I think they're cool. And like, I love people like Batman, Iron Man, Captain America. They're awesome. But I never liked like the symbol of Superman, like the symbol of superheroes, sorry, like Superman, Spider-Man. Just never liked them. I just thought they were extremely overrated. And I might get into that. I'll definitely get into why I don't like Superman in a separate video. But a favorite hero is probably Batman. Because, like, he's just such a well-written and well-fleshed-out character. Iron Man and Captain America are a close second and third, though. Alright, next lot of questions from HHEditz, another great editor. What is your favorite... Oh, I already answered that one. How would you rank me as an editor? Now, I'm just going to say this, because I saw this question a few questions above. I am not going to answer that, because... you should not depend on other people's perception of your editing skill to determine how good you are. Like other people praising and like rating you highly should not decree how good you think you are as an editor. Or at least that's my take on it. Question 4. Which app do you like more, CapCut or Lightmotion? CapCut is easier to use, but the people behind it are absolute dickheads who, like, deserve to be thrust into prison. Like, holy shit. I switched to a Lightmotion because CapCut fucked with me, and I did not like that one bit. But a Lightmotion is objectively a better editing app. It's just a lot more complicated to use. Like, and I think CapCut, if CapCut had the shakes back, that, like, the ones I took away, CapCut is better. But in its current state, I think a Lightmotion is objectively better than it. Next question from @CoolEditsForReal. What a name that is. That's a great name. Are you male or female? Well, if you couldn't tell from my voice, you should probably go and get a hearing test. I'm male. This question. Sorry, I just saw question 3. This is a question for now, not for the vid. Will you most likely do a voice reveal in the vid? Yep. Where am I from? I am from Australia, and I'm one of the only editors that I know in the community from Australia. And question 5, how old are you? I'm not going to answer that. I'm sorry, I might answer that in the future, but like, That's a bit too personal. Sorry for not answering it, but that's a bit too personal just for me. Next question from @ZSlayer21. What is a better show in your opinion? Troll Hunters, Arcane, The Boys, or Invincible? Alright, well, Troll Hunters is last. Troll Hunters is great, but the other three are just incredible. Invincible is third, The Boys is second, and Arcane is first. Arcane is my third favorite TV show of all time. The Boys is fourth. I'd say Invincible high extreme diffs Troll Hunters, The Boys mid-high diffs Invincible, and Arcane mid-high diffs The Boys. That's my take on that. Next question is from Alamar Star. He's someone who's been in my channel since the very beginning. What is your favorite movie? Revenge of the Sith. Why do you hate death? I don't hate death. Just because I have a character lose a lot does not mean that I hate him. Most of the videos that Master Oogway has been on my channel, he has lost in. He's only won in a couple. But he's one of my favorite fictional characters ever. Death is just weak in a lot of regards, so he loses to a lot of characters. Next question, which is your favorite food? Probably pizza or tacos. I really like freckles. They're the little like chocolate discs with sprinkles on them. They're probably my favorite like sweet food, but I love pizza and tacos. Next, 3 questions from Atomic Dragon YT, who's currently in his prime arc. Go subscribe to him. Top 10 favorite Wiz editors. I'm not gonna answer that. I'm gonna make a separate video just addressing that because I feel like that's a topic that deserves a separate video. How long did it take you to learn a light motion? Brother, I'm still learning it. It's just because I edit on computer and I had to switch to phone, and I'd never edited on phone before or any mobile device. So it was a big leap for me to learn that. The only thing I was able to do, well, I had to get my friend to help me learn how to do the shakes, and that's all I've done so far. I was thinking about using the text, but then it just might be a bit too taxing in terms of how long the edits take, and I want to keep up my upload schedule. So I'm still learning it basically. Are you having fun making edits every day? I touched on this a bit earlier, but yes. Holy shit, I cannot actually begin to explain how happy I am that I am able to do something, and you guys all on the internet, people that I do not know personally, can love that so much that you'll comment, you'll put questions Q&A questions that you put here, you'll do all stuff like that. It really warms my heart, and I love it because seriously, I love making edits. Edits is I do a few things in a day. I read, I write stories, and I make edits. I also sometimes go for walks. But, I love making edits. I try to make them as much as I can. Next questions from @HHEditz. Who influenced you into doing Wiz editing, JS battles? How do you edit so fast? Again, this is a question I knew was coming. Well, I'm on computer, and I don't know if that's easier. To me, it is. But I just use the same format. I have the same CapCut project open, and I just use that for every single edit. So I keep the end screen that says which character won and what difficulty, the opening screen that has the character's name, prime, the verse name, and the strength, and then who gets the point. And I just keep that and alternate the clips depending on who I'm editing with. But yeah, no, my upload schedule is a bit hard to keep at times, but it's worth it. Next question from @SalesmanEdits 5HY. Do you watch Sonic Prime? No. What motivated you to be like JS Battles? I already kind of answered that. I said that his old CapCut style was so good and he wasn't using it, so I was like, I could probably use that. I think that would be cool. I think that'd be cool. And everyone said on his poll, 92% of people, if memory serves me correctly, said he should stick with CapCut, and then he didn't. So I thought, I could stick with CapCut. That'd probably be cool. Next question from @QuicksilverEdits 524. What is your favorite movie, animated and live action? Favorite live action is Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. I've said that 3 times. But my favorite animated movie, it's like, it's hard because I have a few. I honestly, it has to be The Lion King. The Lion King is such a good movie. Kung Fu Panda is also up there, like particularly Kung Fu Panda 2. But I think, and Lego Movie and Megamind, but Lion King I think is my number 1. Next question. Are you gonna do anime fights someday? No, probably not. I do not think I will because of the insane power scaling with anime and the fact that people are a lot more defensive of anime characters than other characters, from at least my experience. So nah, probably not. Anime is just not really my thing, like in general. Next question. Who are the most underrated and overrated characters in your opinion? Overrated in terms of like, not in power, I'd say Superman and Spider-Man are definitely overrated. At least from my opinion, but that's because I didn't grow up with like the whole childhood hero thing. Like I never really idolized characters. I just really liked them. I didn't idolize them though. I think Superman and Spider-Man are very overrated. Underrated, the characters from shows like Troll Hunters. Like shows that aren't as well known, but they have dedicated fan bases. Characters like Angor are really well written and they just don't get enough recognition. And question 5, favorite Star Wars movie? Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, with Return of the Jedi basically tying it. It's my second favorite. Next question we have from @theofficialcoolboy1817. What country would you like to go and why do you want to go there? Greece. Greece or Rome, just because of the history. I am a massive history guy. I love like ancient ruins. I love going into like old lore of gods and monsters. It's like it is like one of my main things that I do in like my real life. I love like studying that stuff. And so Greece or Rome, definitely. Next question. What food do you like? I already mentioned that, but like I like pizza, tacos. I like cookies. I actually, as I'm recording this, I have a box of cookies next to my setup. So like that, like I really like cookies as well. Next question from @HHEditz. I really like this guy. This guy's really cool. Like from the comments he's given, I think he's really cool. What is the most overkill fight you've done? All of the ones with Moses or Wally West vs Supersonic. And do you ever plan on doing an open collab or a sub special again? Yes, when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I have something planned. And I think from then on, whenever I hit like the next 10,000 subscribers on, it's like 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, so on and so forth, I'll do something. Next question. Have you seen all the Disney movies? No, I have not. I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of animated movies. And what I do in particular is I watch the same animated movie multiple times. I think I've seen The Lion King like 10, 12 times. I've seen Hercules like 4 times. Like, I watch the same movies over and over again, but I have seen a lot of Disney movies. Next question. Why do you think, from @HHEditz, why do you think laser eyes are weapons? I don't. When did I ever say that? How old are you? Already said, not going to answer that. Favorite movie, fave series, already did that. Who is your idol in Wiz, JS Battles, and will you be making more open collabs? Maybe. It's not my 10,000 subscriber special. Little teaser, it is not my 10,000 subscriber special. But that is something else that I think is more cool, I think is cool. Next question we have from William Afton official YouTube channel. Is Homelander really much of a fodder as people say? No, he isn't. I don't understand. Like, hey, like I get Homelander gets downplayed because he got a pencil stuck in his ear and that made him bleed. But like, holy shit, he gets downplayed. Like, people say he'd lose, like I have to say, with proper scaling, yes, he is a fodder because he only scales to like large building level at max multi-city block. But if you actually like kind of think about it, at least this is from my perspective, he's really not. Like, he would, like, a character like Tai Lung, for example. Like, people say that Tai Lung would beat him in some people have said. He just wouldn't. Homelander has heat vision. It would cut through Tai Lung's flesh. And Homelander stated to survive nukes. Like, and I know you could use the pencil feet, the metal rod feet as an anti-feat. But it's Maeve, who is probably the third strongest suit besides Homelander and Soldier Boy. And she stuck it into a vulnerable part of his body. Like, besides your mouth and your eye, there's not really many parts more vulnerable than your ear. And Maeve is extremely strong, like I just said. Can MCU Sam Wilson beat Soldier Boy? Yeah, he probably could. If Soldier Boy caught him in the nuclear explosion, then Sam would die because he doesn't have good durability minus the vibranium wings. But I don't see that happening. I see Sam being able to beat Soldier Boy more times than not. How long does it take to edit with a video with and without an intro? Without an intro, it takes 45 minutes to make an edit. With an intro, it can get up to an hour and a half to 2 hours. Depends how long and, like, in-depth the intro is. Like, the Omni-Man vs. Darth Vader one edit took me 2 hours. The Green Goblin vs. Homelander one took me 2.5 hours. It just depends on how complex the edit is. And next question's from @Hey What's Up Bro, another great editor who is everywhere in this community. Why did I start doing versus edits? I already answered that one. What are your hobbies besides editing? I didn't think I'd get this question. I like reading. I really like reading. I've read Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Lord of the Rings, and I mean all of Lord of the Rings. I've read the Silmarillion. I've read the Tale of Huron, Baron and Luthien, Children of Huron, Tale of Baron and Luthien, Fall of Gondolin, all of those books. I'm currently trying to read the history of Middle Earth, but I need to get my hands on the other volumes. I like to draw. I like to go on walks. I think walks are very therapeutic for the mind. I like to watch TV and movies and take notes on them. I usually watch them for leisure and just remember the notes for versus battles later. And I like to write books because I want to be an author when I'm old. That and this is sort of what I want my career to be. Next question. What are your top 10 favorite verses? I probably won't list 10 now. I actually know what, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the question before. I'm going to make a separate video dedicated to that so I can do a full proper answer. Next question from @KingDeathWolf, another goated editor. Who is your favorite DreamWorks character? Probably Tai Lung. Tai Lung or Shen. They're both incredible. Oh shit, I'm an idiot. I forgot Oogway existed. Oogway, easily. Oogway, no question. Oogway is the GOAT. Alright. Next question from Alan Battles 120. Favorite Invincible character? Omni-Man. Easily. In comics and in the show, Omni-Man is just the best character. He really just is, in my opinion. And alright, that's it. That's all of the questions from the first community post, at least. I got through, I don't know how many. I was kind of counting. I think I got through probably about 60. But that was really fun. I'm going to make a part 2 where I do the rest of the comments on the other community post. But in the meantime, this has been my first long form video, my voice reveal, and my first time talking to a microphone in quite a while in a recording sense. So, with that being said, I hope all of you have a very good day. Keep an eye out for the next edit, and I'll see you in part 2.